Hello, everybody. We're going to do a really short, well, hopefully 10 minutes or so video on using TweetDeck. We're going to bust through this thing as quick as we can. We may not get all the features covered, but this is going to be pretty basic, but it'll give us a really good idea and an understanding of how to use this crazy thing. So, first thing first, let's dump this and we will move into TweetDeck. And all you need to do to get this free application is go to tweetdeck.com and upload it. And when you first start TweetDeck, it actually looks very similar to this. And it's black and gray with reversed whiteout type. Very difficult for most of us to read. And so if you want to change that right away, you pop over here to the little toolbox and click on Settings. Click on the Colors and Font box, and you can see here right now the primary background color is black. Let's just click on here. If you know the code, you can put it in, or you can just pop over here, choose white. Secondary background color, I'm going to use white, not as bright. Input area background color, same thing, white. And primary text color, we better change it, otherwise we won't be able to read. And the secondary color, I'm going to make a dark gray. Actually, I should change that. I'm going to make that a blue because that is, you'll see in just a minute where the blue is, but that is where the people's names are and so forth. It's stand out a little bit. And if everything is okay, then just click Save. So you can see we changed the look substantially, and it's much, much easier on our eyes. Web designers, many of them like reversed type. It looks cool, but it's very hard to read. Photographers have that challenge too. They use a lot of black on their sites, which is actually good for photographs and artwork. But again, if you have any type, it's very difficult to read. So let's go through real quickly here. You can see right now I just have 3 columns up, and the columns I have up are mentions. That is those folks that have mentioned me, direct messaged me, or search for digital paint is one that I put up. I keep an eyeball on. That's one of my niches, and so I like to see what's happening with that. So the very first thing is if you come up to the top of the toolbar here, you'll see a little icon and it says tweet. If you click that, usually when you first start, you don't have the opportunity to put in your message. So if you click that, and you can see the difference. It opens up and it gives you your little bar of what are you doing. That is the space for your 140 characters. What's really cool about this is a couple different things. Right here where it says shorten URL, if we have a long URL, we drop it in there. We can just click right over here on shorten URL, and it automatically shortens that for us. It saves us from having to go to a separate site like bit.ly or tinyurl.com or whatever. So okay, so the next bar that we have up here is all friends. I don't use all friends very much, but if I were to click that, you would see it adds another column here, and what that column is all of the people that I follow. And so it gets a little obnoxious. I don't, again, use it very often because I typically have people that I want to see, people that I want to read, and I go to them, or I put them in a favorites group, which I'll show you how to do in just a minute. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, so all friends. I put that up. If you want to dump that, just put remove column, yada yada. You're about to remove all the friends. Do you really want to do that? Yes, I do. Okay, and it's gone. Better scroll back over here. Okay. All friends. So mentions. If you click that, it would put a mentions column or a mentions stack on, which I already have here. The next one would be direct messages. Again, I already have that here. If you didn't, you could click that and it would be a shortcut to putting that together. Favorites. This is kind of cool. This allows you to bring up all the people that you have favorited. And you can change that. Is this going to move? Okay. You can change that. Like I follow Guy Kawasaki, um, Photoshop tips. This guy Erocksteady, he was I think a TweetDeck application designer. So there's a few people on there, and this changes for me. I can add them and subtract them. Um, Cover painter, Photoshop rendering, didn't see that before. Okay, so anyway, that's what your favorites is. Again, I'm going to go ahead and dump that. Yes, delete column. The next one is a group, and this is really kind of cool. You can put together a group of whoever you want or whatever you want. All you do, you click on the icon here for group, put add a new group, you give it a name, and then you choose the group members. And so, the easiest way to do that is hopefully know all of their names because these are alphabetical. Well, that's the only way to do it. You can type them in there, or you can go find them, click on it, and it'll add them. And then once you get that done, you click on Save Group, and that's really cool because it can be a group of gurus. In fact, I need to make this group, but it's going to take me a while because I know half a dozen of the people that I want to put in there, but the others I don't really know. In terms of just right off the top of my head, I would have to go through these names and go, oh yeah, that's one of them. So anyway, you can make that. It's very quickly. It's very you can do it very quickly if you know the people that you're looking for. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dump that. We could always add it back later. And I keep scrolling back and forth here. You'll see I actually have 4 columns up, and I have the width of this on my desktop to take up 2 columns. You can expand it or you can contract it like that, and there's another way I'll show you in a minute that you can contract it and make it to 1 stack or 1 column. But I basically use it with that size, and then I keep 4 up and I just scroll over to see the last one. Okay. Group TweetDeck recommends. That's what the thumbs up is. If you go over here, these are going to be some of the top tweeters, and you can go through there and follow them. Again, I don't use that much. I'm very kind of business specific. Undoubtedly, there are some people in there that I could learn from, but I kind of have my hands full with just following the painters, photographers, Photoshop gurus, and SEO marketing folks. So if you want to go through the recommendation of Twitter, then this is a good place to do it. And again, there are some very good people in here. In fact, Brilliant Tips, I used to follow him, and there's really good stuff with that. So you can take a peek at that. Delete column. Okay, Twitter search. This is again kind of cool. I use this all the time. This you can put in one of your keywords like I did with digital paint. You can put anything in there, a person's name, and this is a much better search engine specific for Twitter than actually the one that's resident on twitter.com itself. So if I were to, well, let me just do it. Let me just put in here, hello. Oh, it might not let me do it because I'm recording. I could put in Photoshop, and yeah, it really doesn't like it if you're recording and trying to do this. Foo-foo. See if we'll give us one more shot here. Yeah, okay, it's not going to. Well, I guess it's... Oh, you know what I did? I got to change my type colors. That's the skinny. Photoshop. And if you hit that, then it will add a column for you. And so while I'm thinking about here, we'll go back to Tools, Colors and Fonts, because somewhere in there, it might be right here. I got to darken that. Save. In my search box, you couldn't see the type because it was white. So